No excuses. Stop making excuses and start making progress. Welcome, everyone. Today I need to have a very honest conversation with you. A conversation that might make you uncomfortable. A conversation that might even make you angry. But I promise you, if you listen to every word in this video, it will change your life. Because today we are going to talk about the one thing that is destroying your life more than anything else. More than laziness. More than fear. More than bad luck. And that thing is excuses. Excuses, those little lies you tell yourself every single day. Those comfortable stories you create to explain why you are not where you want to be. Those beautiful reasons you give yourself for doing nothing. I am too old. I am too young. I do not have money. I do not have time. I am not smart enough. I am not talented enough. I do not have the right connections. My family does not support me. The economy is bad. It is too late for me. Do any of those sound familiar? Of course they do, because you have been using them for years. You have been hiding behind them. You have been sleeping under them like a warm blanket. And that warm blanket of excuses is the very thing keeping you from the life you deserve. Today, we are going to rip that blanket off. We are going to expose every single excuse for what it really is. A lie. And we are going to replace those excuses with something much more powerful. Action. So sit down, pay attention, and let us destroy every excuse you have ever made. Lesson 1. The excuse factory in your brain. Your brain is an excuse factory. It produces excuses faster than any factory in the world. And it does this for one simple reason: to keep you safe. Your brain does not care about your dreams. Your brain does not care about your success. Your brain only cares about one thing: survival, keeping you alive, keeping you comfortable, keeping you away from danger. And your brain sees change as danger. It sees risk as danger. It sees hard work as danger, so every time you try to do something new, something hard, something that could change your life, your brain produces an excuse to stop you. I do not have time. That is your brain trying to stop you. I am not ready. That is your brain trying to stop you. What if I fail? That is your brain trying to stop you. I will start tomorrow. That is your brain trying to stop you. Every single excuse you have ever made was manufactured by your brain to keep you in the same comfortable place. But here is the thing: comfortable does not mean happy. Safe does not mean fulfilled. Easy does not mean meaningful. The most meaningful things in life are hard. The most rewarding experiences come from doing things that scare you. The greatest achievements come from taking risks. And you will never experience any of that if you keep listening to the excuse factory in your brain. Solution. Every time an excuse pops into your head, recognize it for what it is. Say to yourself, that is just my brain trying to keep me comfortable. Thank you, brain, but I do not need to be comfortable right now. I need to grow. Then do the thing you were making an excuse to avoid. Train yourself to see excuses as signals. When an excuse appears, it means you are about to do something important. It means you are about to grow. It means you are on the right track. Lesson 2. I do not have money. This is the most popular excuse in the world. I do not have money. I cannot start a business because I do not have money. I cannot go to school because I do not have money. I cannot travel because I do not have money. I cannot change my life because I do not have money. Money, money, money. As if money is the only thing standing between you and your dreams. Let me tell you something. Some of the most successful people in the world started with nothing. Absolutely nothing. They had no money. They had no connections. They had no advantages. But they had something more powerful than all of that. They had hunger. They had drive. They had the refusal to make excuses. Think about Oprah Winfrey. She was born into poverty. She grew up in a broken home. She faced abuse and hardship that most people cannot even imagine. She had no money. She had no connections. She had nothing. But she refused to let her circumstances define her. She refused to make excuses. She worked harder than everyone around her. She grabbed every opportunity she could find. And today she is one of the most successful and influential people on the planet. Or think about the millions of entrepreneurs who started businesses from their garages, their bedrooms, their kitchens. They did not wait for money to fall from the sky. They started with what they had. They used free resources. They learned from free videos and free books. They worked extra jobs to save enough to take the first step. They found a way because they refused to find an excuse. Solution: stop waiting for money to start. Start with what you have. Use free resources online to learn new skills. Use social media to promote your ideas for free. Start small, very small, but start. Money is important, but it is not the most important thing. Resourcefulness is. Creativity is. Determination is. If you have those three things, you can create money. But if you have money without those things, you will lose it all anyway. Lesson 3. I do not have time. Let me be very direct with you. You have the same 24 hours as every successful person on this planet. The same 24 hours as the person who built a business. The same 24 hours as the person who wrote a book. The same 24 hours as the person who learned 3 languages. The same 24 hours as the person who changed the world. So do not tell me you do not have time. You have time. You are just not using it wisely. Where is your time going? Let me guess. Social media, television, gossip. Complaining. Sleeping too much, scrolling through your phone. Watching random videos, playing games. Doing things that add nothing to your life. You have time. You have plenty of time. You are just spending it on the wrong things. If I asked you to find 1 hour a day to watch your favorite show, you would find it immediately. If I asked you to find 1 hour to hang out with friends, you would find it. If I asked you to find 1 hour to scroll through your phone, you already spend 3 or 4 hours doing that. But when I ask you to find 1 hour to study, to learn, to build your future, suddenly you do not have time. Do you see the problem? You do not have a time problem. You have a priority problem. Solution: track your time for 1 week. Write down everything you do and how long you spend on it. I promise you will be shocked. You will find hours of wasted time that you did not even know existed. Then take those wasted hours and invest them in yourself. 1 hour of learning per day is 365 hours per year. That is enough to learn a new language, build a new skill, or start a new business. You have the time. You just need to use it. Lesson 4. I am not talented enough. This is one of the most dangerous excuses. Because it sounds humble, it sounds reasonable, it sounds like you are being honest about your abilities. But it is a lie. A complete lie. Because talent is not what you think it is. Talent is not something you are born with. Talent is something you build, through practice, through repetition, through hard work, through failing and learning and trying again. Every expert was once a beginner. Every master was once a disaster. Every professional was once an amateur. The person you look at and say they are so talented was once just as confused and scared and unskilled as you are right now. The only difference is they did not make excuses. They practiced, they worked, they failed, they got up. They tried again, and they kept doing that until they became great. Michael Jordan, one of the greatest basketball players of all time, was cut from his high school basketball team. His coach said he was not good enough, but did he make excuses? Did he say, "I am not talented enough"? No, he went home and practiced harder than anyone. He trained when others slept. He practiced when others played. He worked when others rested. And he became the greatest of all time. Not because of talent, because of effort. Solution: stop saying you are not talented. Start saying you are not skilled yet. The word "yet" changes everything. I am not good at English yet. I am not a good speaker yet. I do not know how to run a business yet. That one little word means you are on the way. It means you are learning. It means you are growing. Talent is not born, it is built, and you can build it too. Starting today, starting now. Lesson 5. The blame game will destroy you. Let me tell you about the blame game. It is a game where you blame everyone and everything for your problems except yourself. You blame your parents, you blame your boss, you blame the government, you blame the economy, you blame your country, you blame your teachers, you blame your friends, you blame bad luck, you blame the weather, you blame everything that moves, and while you are busy blaming, your life is standing still. Because here is the truth: blame changes nothing, blame fixes nothing, blame creates nothing. Blame is just another form of excuse. It is a way of saying, it is not my fault, so I do not have to do anything about it. But even if it is not your fault, it is still your responsibility. Your life is your responsibility. Your future is your responsibility. Your success is your responsibility. Nobody is coming to save you. Nobody is going to fix your problems for you. Nobody is going to hand you the life you want on a silver plate. Yes, bad things happen. Yes, life is unfair. Yes, some people have more advantages than others. But you know what? Blaming the situation does not change the situation. Complaining about the problem does not solve the problem. Only action solves problems. Only effort changes situations. Only responsibility creates results. Solution: stop blaming, start owning. Own your mistakes, own your failures, own your situation. Even if you did not create it, own it. Because when you own it, you have the power to change it. When you blame it, you give away your power. Take your power back. Say, this is my life and I am responsible for it. No matter what happens, I will find a way. No matter what goes wrong, I will fix it. No more blame, no more finger pointing. Just action, just solutions, just progress. Lesson 6. The Victim Mentality Trap. There is something called the victim mentality, and if you have it, it is destroying your life. A person with a victim mentality believes that the world is against them, that everyone is out to get them, that nothing good ever happens to them, that they are cursed, that they are unlucky, that life gave them the worst hand possible and there is nothing they can do about it. But here is the truth about the victim mentality. It is a choice. Yes, a choice. You choose to see yourself as a victim. You choose to feel powerless. You choose to believe that you have no control. And as long as you make that choice, you will remain stuck. Because victims do not take action. Victims wait to be rescued. Victims complain. Victims blame. Victims make excuses. And victims never change their lives. I am not saying you have not been through hard times. I am not saying bad things have not happened to you. They have. Life is hard. Life is unfair. But do you know who else went through hard times? Every single successful person on this planet. The difference is, they refuse to stay down. They refuse to see themselves as victims. They refuse to let their past define their future. They took the pain and turned it into power. They took the struggle and turned it into strength. They took the adversity and turned it into advantage. You can do the same thing. You can take every bad thing that ever happened to you and use it as fuel. Fuel to work harder. Fuel to dream bigger. Fuel to prove everyone wrong. Your pain is not your prison, it is your passport. Your struggle is not your story, it is your starting point, but only if you stop being the victim and start being the hero of your own story. Solution: change the way you talk about yourself. Stop saying, bad things always happen to me. Start saying, hard things happen to everyone, but I am strong enough to overcome them. Stop saying, I cannot because of my past. Start saying, I can because of my strength. Words are powerful. The words you say to yourself become your reality. So speak like a champion. Speak like a winner. Speak like someone who refuses to lose. Lesson 7. People who succeeded with nothing. Let me tell you about some real people who had every excuse in the world but refused to use any of them. These people proved that excuses are lies. These people prove that your circumstances do not determine your destiny. There was a man named Elon Musk. He moved to a new country with almost nothing. He slept on the floor of his office. He showered at the local gym. He worked 20 hours a day. People called him crazy. People said his ideas would never work. He failed many times. His rockets exploded. His car company almost went bankrupt. But he kept going. He refused to make excuses. And today he is one of the most successful people on earth. There was a woman who lost her job, was living on welfare, was a single mother with a young child, and had been diagnosed with depression. She had every excuse to give up, every reason to stay down. But she did not. She sat in coffee shops and wrote a book while her baby slept beside her. That woman's name was J.K. Rowling, and that book was Harry Potter. One of the most successful book series in history. There are millions of stories like these, people who came from poverty and built empires, people who faced racism and discrimination and still rose to the top, People who were told they would never amount to anything and became legends. What did they all have in common? They refused to make excuses. They took responsibility. They worked harder than everyone else. And they never stopped believing that they could change their lives. Solution: find 3 success stories of people who started with nothing. Read about their lives. Learn about their struggles. And every time you feel like making an excuse, remember their stories. Remember that they had it worse than you, and they still succeeded. If they can do it, so can you. Your excuses are not special. Your circumstances are not unique. Someone has been where you are and has risen to the top. You can too, but only if you throw away your excuses. Lesson 8. Taking full responsibility for your life. This is the most important lesson in this entire video. And if you only remember one thing from today, remember this. Your life is your responsibility, not your parents' responsibility, not your teacher's responsibility, not the government's responsibility, not your boss's responsibility, your responsibility, 100%. Completely, totally, fully. When you take full responsibility for your life, everything changes. You stop waiting for someone to save you. You stop waiting for the perfect conditions. You stop waiting for permission. You start acting. You start creating. You start building. You start solving. Because you know that nobody is going to do it for you. Responsibility is not a burden. Responsibility is freedom. When you take responsibility, you take control. When you take control, you take power. And when you have power, you can change anything. You can change your financial situation. You can change your health. You can change your relationships. You can change your career. You can change your entire life. But here is the thing about responsibility. It is heavy. It is uncomfortable. It is much easier to blame someone else than to look in the mirror and say, I am the reason my life is the way it is. But that honesty, that painful, uncomfortable honesty, is the doorway to change. You cannot fix what you do not own. You cannot change what you do not acknowledge. You have to own your mess before you can clean it up. Solution: stand in front of a mirror today and say these words. I am responsible for my life. I am responsible for my choices. I am responsible for my future. No more excuses, no more blame, no more waiting. Starting today, I take full control. It will feel uncomfortable. It might even hurt. But it is the first step toward real change. Own your life, every part of it. The good and the bad, the successes and the failures. All of it is yours. And that means you have the power to change all of it. Lesson 9. Excuses versus results. You can have one, but not both. There is a rule in life that nobody can break. You can have excuses or you can have results. But you cannot have both. It is impossible. They do not exist in the same space. If you have excuses, you will not have results. If you have results, you did not make excuses. It is that simple. Think about it this way. Every excuse you make is a wall between you and your goal. One excuse is one wall. 2 excuses are 2 walls. 10 excuses are 10 walls. And before you know it, you have built a prison around yourself made entirely of excuses. And you are trapped inside it. Wondering why your life is not changing. Wondering why you are stuck. The answer is simple. You are trapped in a prison of your own making, a prison made of excuses. The successful person and the unsuccessful person have the same problems, the same challenges, the same obstacles, but the successful person says, how do I get past this? And the unsuccessful person says, I cannot because of this. One looks for solutions, the other looks for excuses. One moves forward, the other stays stuck. One builds a life worth living. The other builds a list of reasons why they could not. Which one are you? Are you the person with results or the person with excuses? Be honest. Look at your life right now. What do you have more of? If you have more excuses than results, it is time to change. It is time to trade your excuses for action. It is time to break down those walls and walk toward your goals. Solution: for the next 30 days, ban excuses from your life. Completely. Every time an excuse comes into your mind, replace it with a solution. Instead of saying, I do not have time, say, how can I make time? Instead of saying, I do not have money, say, how can I earn money? Instead of saying, I am not good enough, say, how can I get better? Replace every excuse with a question. and then answer the question with action. After 30 days of no excuses, you will be amazed at how much your life has changed. Lesson 10. The excuse audit. I want you to do something right now. I want you to do an excuse audit. What is an excuse audit? It is simple. I want you to write down every excuse you have used in the past year. Every single one. Write them all down. Do not hold back. Do not be embarrassed. Just write them all. I do not have time. I do not have money. I am too tired. I am not smart enough. I will start tomorrow. The timing is not right. I have too many responsibilities. People do not support me. I am too old. I am too young. I do not know where to start. It is too hard. I have tried before and it did not work. I am not lucky. How many excuses did you write down? 5, 10, 20? Now I want you to look at that list and ask yourself this question about each one. Is this excuse actually true, or is it just comfortable? Because there is a big difference between something being true and something being comfortable. Most of your excuses are not true. They are just comfortable. They are just easy ways to explain why you are not doing what you know you should be doing. Now I want you to take each excuse and destroy it. Write the truth next to it. Excuse, I do not have time. Truth, I waste 3 hours a day on my phone. Excuse, I do not have money. Truth, I spend money on things I do not need. Excuse, I am not smart enough. Truth, I have not tried to learn yet. Excuse, I am too old. Truth, people older than me have started and succeeded. Solution, do this exercise tonight. Write down your top 10 excuses. Then destroy each one with the truth. When you see your excuses on paper, when you see how weak they really are, you will feel something shift inside you. You will feel the chains breaking. You will feel the walls crumbling. And you will realize that the only thing standing between you and your dreams was you. Lesson 11. Replacing excuses with action. Now that we have destroyed your excuses, let us replace them with something powerful. Action, because excuses and action cannot live in the same person at the same time. When you are making excuses, you are not taking action. When you are taking action, you do not have time for excuses. Action does not need to be perfect. Action does not need to be big. Action just needs to happen. The smallest action is infinitely more powerful than the biggest excuse. Sending one email is better than 1,000 reasons why you could not. Walking 1 mile is better than 1,000,000 reasons why you are too tired. Reading 1 page is better than a lifetime of saying you do not have time. I have seen people transform their entire lives simply by replacing excuses with action. A man who said he was too old to go back to school went back at 55 and got his degree. A woman who said she could not afford to start a business started one with $50 and built it into a successful company. A teenager who said he was not talented enough practiced for 3 years and became one of the best musicians in his city. Every time you take action, you build confidence. Every time you build confidence, you take bigger action. Every time you take bigger action, you get bigger results. It is a cycle that builds on itself, and it all starts with one small action. Just one. But that one action has the power to change everything. Solution. Right now, I want you to think of one excuse you have been making. The biggest one. The one that has been holding you back the most. Now think of one small action you can take to prove that excuse wrong. Just one, and do it. Today. Not tomorrow. Not next week. Today. Prove your excuse wrong with action. Show yourself that you are bigger than your excuses. Show yourself that you are stronger than your fears. One action, that is all it takes to start. Lesson 12. Your excuses are not protecting you, they are imprisoning you. I want to tell you something that might surprise you. You love your excuses. Yes, you love them. You hold on to them. You protect them. You defend them. Because they make you feel safe. They give you a reason not to try. And if you do not try, you cannot fail. And if you cannot fail, you do not have to feel the pain of failure. But here is what you do not see. By avoiding the pain of failure, you are creating something much worse. The pain of regret, the pain of an unlived life, the pain of knowing you could have been more, done more, achieved more. But you chose comfort over courage. You chose excuses over effort. You chose the easy path over the meaningful path. Your excuses are not protecting you. They are imprisoning you. They are keeping you small. They are keeping you stuck. They are keeping you from everything you want and everything you deserve. And the saddest part is, you are the prison guard. You are the one holding the keys. You can free yourself anytime you want. You just have to drop the excuses and walk out. Imagine your life without excuses. Imagine waking up every morning with no limitations, no reasons to hold back, no stories about why you cannot, just pure, unstoppable, unlimited potential. That life is possible. That life is available to you right now, but only if you are willing to let go of your excuses, only if you are willing to stop protecting them and start destroying them. Solution: every night before you go to sleep, review your day. Ask yourself, did I make any excuses today? If the answer is yes, identify them and decide how you will handle them differently tomorrow. Keep an excuse journal. Write down every excuse you make and the action you will take instead. Over time, you will see your excuses decrease and your results increase. That is the path to freedom. That is the path to a life without limits. Lesson 13. The No Excuse Challenge. I am going to challenge you right now, and I want you to accept this challenge. It is called the No Excuse Challenge. For the next 7 days, I want you to live without making a single excuse. Not one. 0 excuses for 7 days. When your alarm goes off, get up. No excuse. When it is time to study or work, do it. No excuse. When you feel like giving up, keep going. No excuse. When someone asks you to do something important, do it. No excuse. When you feel tired, push through. No excuse. When it is hard, do it anyway. No excuse. 7 days. That is all I am asking. Just 7 days of living without excuses. And I promise you, by the end of those 7 days, you will be a different person. You will feel stronger. You will feel more confident. You will feel more capable. You will realize that everything you thought was impossible was actually just an excuse away from possible. And after those 7 days, extend it to 14, then 21, then 30. And before you know it, living without excuses becomes your normal. It becomes who you are. It becomes your identity. You go from being a person who makes excuses to being a person who makes things happen. And that is the most powerful transformation you can ever experience. Solution: start the No Excuse Challenge today. Tell someone about it. Tell a friend, a family member, anyone who will hold you accountable. Write it on your mirror. Set reminders on your phone. And every time you catch yourself about to make an excuse, stop, take a deep breath, and take action instead. 7 days. No excuses. Your new life starts now. I want to close this video by telling you something from my heart. You are better than your excuses. You are stronger than your excuses. You are bigger than your excuses. I know you have been through hard times. I know life has not been easy. I know there are real challenges in your way. But none of those challenges are bigger than the power inside you. None of those obstacles are taller than your potential. The world is waiting for you. Your dreams are waiting for you. The person you are meant to become is waiting for you. But they are all on the other side of your excuses. So burn those excuses to the ground. Walk through the ashes and step into the life you deserve. If this video changed something inside you, if you feel a fire burning in your chest right now, please subscribe to this channel. Hit the like button, leave a comment telling me your biggest excuse and how you are going to destroy it. Share this video with someone who needs to hear it. Because together, we are going to build a community of people who refuse to make excuses. A community of people who choose results over excuses. A community of people who are going to change the world. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Now go out there and make no excuses. Your future self is counting on you. And I believe in you. Go and prove that you are unstoppable.